guys, Youngblood Fantasy 91 here with another commentary for you wonderful people. People, before I start this particular commentary, I want to define what a commentary loosely is. So here is a faux Webster's definition of it. Commentary. Noun. Not a discussion video, not a rant, and most importantly, not a long rambling video where it is only you talking and nothing else besides. Unfortunately, that is what Korshaw thinks should qualify as a commentary. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't hate Korshaw, and she has asked for advice from me several times about her commentaries. However, I feel she needs more feedback because evidently the help and assistance she is getting now is not sinking in. Also, I'm trying to fulfill a request, and even though it's not the exact video, it's close enough. I'll listen in and I'll see what I have to say about this.
Hey guys, it's me again. So today I wanted to do a video response to Kutero's and Kingdom Masters commentary they did on me and my incidents.
Now see, therein lies your problem. You can't tell the difference between an actual commentary and a discussion video. Listen, what Kutero and Kingdom Masters did was a discussion concerning your video, so mislabeling everything as a commentary first off is going to make you look clueless.
First thing I wanted to tackle, I didn't see why this was really brought up in the video, was my avatar. Pretty much, she's been with me for 5 to 6 years. She's not a recolor, she's not bits and pieces.
Yes, I agree. This is a bona fide original character. I will give you points for that. However, because you take such a long time to establish this, the next 33 seconds of the video is insistent retreading. Hence, it's time to... skip it.
Another point that I wanted to tackle was them nitpicking my commentaries, or what they call rants.
Because rants and commentaries are two different types of videos. They're not one and the same. And what they did was make an observation, not nitpick. You really know how to jumble your words, don't you?
I'm not sure what the big deal is there, guys, because I've come across commentaries that, by what they say, are actually considered rants, yet they're called commentaries.
And I would believe you, but because you speak in obvious generalities and do not provide examples of this, I am not inclined to give this any credence. Confusing different types of videos does not help your case, especially if you label everything as a commentary.
I don't think it really matters. I've never seen anyone really nitpick at it before.
That's because no one made such an egregious error in identifying videos before you. No one corrected each other because we all thought everyone can discern between commentaries and other videos. Apparently not. Therefore, we call that out. I swear, you think we're doing this just to berate you. Honestly, we're doing this for your benefit so that you don't make mistakes like this in the future.
I will say in the comments, on my most recent one, which was it? Yes, commentating on Megan Speaks, people would say that was a rant, or my Kingdom Hearts 3D was a rant, but I mean, I think it differs. My previous comments that I've also had called them commentaries, so like I said, I'm not sure what the big deal is there.
Again, you are making a flagrant error in figuring out the major qualities of each video. You listed plenty of inspirations for commentaries in your Observations on Commentaries video, so it doesn't take a genius to infer that you've probably seen plenty of commentaries before. Therefore, mislabeling your own videos as commentaries surprises us because evidently you've seen plenty beforehand. That is to say, we hope you have.
Another thing I wanted to bring up was their point on my Kingdom Hearts 3D commentary.
And here we see my Achilles heel, video games and video game specifics. Because other commentators are well-versed in this area of interest more than I will ever be because I rarely play video games, I'll leave that question to the other commentators. However, the only advice I can give you for the next 50 seconds... Okay. The next 50 seconds of the video is actually make rational conclusions based on your research and don't make snap judgments about games and release dates because ultimately it will come to bite you in the ass later if you get your information ass backwards.
Another thing I wanted to point out was... their point on my Gut Till 89 commentary. Like I said, I did that one because it was my very first request.
Look, you have the option to ignore requests. If you feel that the video is old and outdated and that you don't want to do it, then ignore them. The person who requested it is not going to burn down your house if you decide against it. And plenty of infamous commentators that you labeled as unfunny or uncreative are people who do the exact same thing. So don't feel you have to answer every request, okay?
So I figured, hey, it'd be cool to do. And yes, it was for practice. figured I needed more after the Archfiend incident, my big goof up there.
If anything, the Archfiend issue should have given you an indication to actually redouble your efforts and improve. However, you make a poorly done commentary and mislabel it as practice. I know I'm throwing the word mislabel around a lot, but what else can I say? She is mislabeling her own videos, she is mislabeling other videos, and of course she is mislabeling certain commentaries as practice, when one knows damn well that if you put it through a video editor, spend time working on it, and then release a final product to YouTube, it's not practice, it's the final product. It's like if I uploaded a video to YouTube with a myriad of editing mistakes and say that the commentary was a rough draft, and that I will upload the final draft tomorrow. Why not just upload the finished video rather than a poorly done one?
Another thing you guys did bring up about it was part 2 being uploaded twice. If you were to look in the description of the second upload that I did, you'll see that
Dear God, it's like I was stuck in purgatory. Your voice is a constant, incessant droning that gives me neither motivation to watch the video nor any reason to pay attention. I swear, expecting us to sit through 14 minutes of this is like a Herculean task to some.
The audio and the images did not line up, so I re-uploaded it, and I wanted to see if there was a difference. So I did keep the WMV, the file format, in the title, because YouTube won't let you upload something with the same title, exact same title, that's already there.
Okay, newsflash. If the original video had editing problems and issues, why don't you just delete the original video so that way you can get rid of the defective video and upload the new one with the corrected editing? Why are you making your viewers' lives harder by re-uploading the same stuff we saw beforehand? And besides, you wouldn't have to worry about the video title if you deleted the first video in the first place.
Therefore, the WMV at the end of the second one. Another thing that I did want to point out about this commentary that they brought up. I knew other people did commentaries on it. I came across several, and I picked a few and watched them to make sure I didn't stop at the exact same points that they did.
Well, that's great that you saw other people's commentaries, but trying to figure out where people stopped and where people started is completely unnecessary because you are in control of the video. You can stop it wherever you like. No one is going to criticize you for plagiarism if you stop in similar areas of the video compared to other people's edits. Honestly, your analysis of the small minutiae of videos only serves to split hairs. Look at the big picture and the central structure of a commentary. Maybe then you wouldn't label every video you crank out as a bloody commentary.
That they didn't say the exact same thing. Like I said, I understand it was a bandwagon, and no, I'm not for bandwagons whatsoever.
Then why did you contribute to a bandwagon? And this is the major flaw of the beginner commentator. They succumb quickly to hypocrisy. I'm sorry, Korshal, but in this instance, I have to call shenanigans. Contributing to an apparent bandwagon like Up Till 89 means you contributed to the bandwagon. No exceptions. I know I did.
Said it was my very first request, so I figured, hey, why not go ahead and do it, because I don't know if I'm going to get any more. I'm not really well known as a commentator, so
First of all, your uhs and ums make it easy for me to edit around your sentences. Secondly, it seems to me that you're too reliant on other people to find videos for you. Of course, I respond to some requests, much like how this one is a request, but I do not use requests as the end-all be-all for commentaries, because some of the videos requested to me either go nowhere, or only elicits a neutral reaction from me. Besides, if you want to be a prime commentator, you gotta search for your own content. It's your way of showing that you have the motivation to do commentaries instead of sitting on your ass and waiting for people to deliver videos for you.
And if you, like I said, if you did read the description of the second upload of part 2, you would see why there's 2 of them. Just look before you leap.
Constant repetition, poor excuses, and hokey reasons for why you do things does not a good argument make. Honestly, trying to hide behind a subterfuge does not work. Just correct the problems and don't make excuses. It's only going to make things worse.
And another point I wanted to bring up was commentating on Megan Speaks. I don't care what Shadowstar did. I don't care what you're supposed to put in the description.
Disregarding what Shadowstar said? Good deal. Disregarding what to say in the description? Well, since you don't want to hear feedback about it, that shows that apparently criticism is below you. Look, honestly, Kutera and Kingdom Masters were not doing this just so they can make a video and go home. They did their discussion video to give you criticism. So saying, I don't care this and I don't care that is not encouraging.
This was another request I did, but I got bored with it, and so I put it in the description so people wouldn't really get offended. It just, I don't, okay, so maybe it was a dumb thing, but who cares? I mean,
It takes a strong woman to admit her mistakes, but what do you mean who cares? Evidently, if you say that it's an obvious troll video, people are not going to buy it and will consider the video a huge waste of time for them. Do you understand how this works here? You make commentaries to entertain, not respond to commentary requests and turn them into troll videos that are in no way, shape, or form troll videos. And even then you negate that by overly announcing that in your description that it was a troll video. Again, this goes back to your issues with understanding commentaries, how they work, and of course, mislabeling.
Yes, I understand you guys are giving your opinion, but my goodness, you two are nitpicking at this, and does it really matter? I've seen troll video in the description of other commentators as well. I mean,
Attention, the SS Empty Generalities is embarking. It's leaving from some gate that has a number on it. Please be sure to have some kind of ticket so that you can have some experience at some place with some people. Do I really need to explain why elaboration is necessary here?
honestly, it does not matter.
Nothing really matters.
And another thing I wanted to point out, what you guys brought up was commentating on the Archfiend.
The next 55 seconds involve her apologizing for her rash actions with the Archfiend, so I can't really say anything about that other than, well, it's a long apology. Better proceed to... Skip it. I have been doing that a lot recently, haven't I?
Another thing I wanted to bring up was the research. You guys pointed out that I didn't do my research. I will admit that I didn't do my research all the way.
So, clearly you need to do more research. I don't see why you would have a problem with what they said there, but I'm sure you'll provide some makeshift excuse or some flimsy reason that will clear everything up, yes sir?
Like Kingdom Hearts 3D. It wasn't researched enough. When I went to go research it, people were listing it as Kingdom Hearts 3, and not just because it had the 3D, but when I typed in Kingdom Hearts 3, they had pages. Some of the pages were listed as Kingdom Hearts 3, and I clicked on those pages and it brought up Kingdom Hearts 3D.
Wait, shouldn't you have connected that point about the Kingdom Hearts nomenclature back near the beginning of the video when you were discussing that video game? This is the biggest flaw of unscripted videos. They are usually disorganized and roundabout. Maybe you should try outlining your response videos, that way they won't be so disjointed.
I even turned right around and typed in Kingdom Hearts 3D, and it brought up Kingdom Hearts 3 after clicking on a page titled Kingdom Hearts 3D. So, yes, I did research the subject, but not well enough, as I should have.
Okay, great. I like how you restate everything you just said 2 minutes ago, just so you can pad your video time. Super. I'm sorry, but if you want to be monotone for this long, then people are going to click the back button.
And once again, the Archfiend, I didn't know about so I went to video series that he has. I have watched the Archfiend, but I have not watched him enough. And another point you brought up was I didn't know what I was talking about during the commentary. I did observation on commentaries. I pretty much did that video to discuss what I saw in the commentary community. I had been watching commentaries for the past 2 to 3 weeks prior to making that video.
Again, if I were to take what you say at face value, you obviously do not know what the word commentary meant because you call these videos commentaries when they are obviously not. I know I am bringing up the same points, but because you continually say, I have seen commentaries, I am just pointing out that you haven't seen enough commentaries to realize what they are.
And I kept running into people making fun of their avatars, each other's avatars, people calling each other butthurt over stupid stuff. I mean, that was my observation over 2 to 3 week span of watching current videos of by commentators and old videos by commentators.
You literally only produced 2 or 3 major observations from a 3-week period of watching commentaries. If anything, I would have noticed even more trends and patterns, like how commentaries are given too many limitations, people have been making videos against the commentary community, people are starting to reject the 3rd gen classification, if you even know what 3rd gen means, people are commentating on little kids, some of them fall for trolling, etc., etc. Honestly, I think the research you did was thin at best.
So both old and new, that was my observation. And yes, I did change the title from commenting on the commentaries after speaking with Youngblood Fantasy 91 and showing it to him, and he called it an observation. It was more of an observation, so therefore I changed the title.
And I thank you wholeheartedly for changing that, because that is what they were. A series of observations about the commentary community. Now, this video that I'm doing right now is a bunch of observations about you, and how you can improve in this community. So if you are going to listen to me about that, then I hope that what I say here holds water for you.
Another point I wanted to bring up was voice. You guys are seriously commenting on the sound of my voice. I have never heard anyone really nitpick about this either.
I swear, sometimes I imagine that you are blissfully unaware about certain things. Maybe your research doesn't go that far. Honestly, when it comes to voice, voice is the window to your personality. If you are full of pep and energy, people are going to watch. If you're going to be monotone, much like who you are, the energy is not there and viewership will go down. Honestly, voice is key.
People will complain about the audio, if it's fuzzy, if it jumps around, if it suddenly cuts in and out. That I understand, but my voice being monotoned, honestly, I'm just a relaxed person when I do my commentaries.
Which is fine, but we are watching commentaries, not the coffee table discussion hour with Korshal. You can take this tone if you are talking about the news or current events or anything like that, but in terms of commentaries, that gets old hat quickly. It shows you are non-committal and that you just want to do this because you were bored. That's what you sound like. You sound like you're bored.
I'm not really emotional. I didn't know there was really a need to be emotional. And the point that you guys brought up about my hammers trigger my rage state video, like you guys said, I did that as a response to Realm Wars, and yes, I did add the echo to add more emotion to it because I saw it wasn't emotion enough.
And again, you show your appreciation for a bandwagon. Just wanted to point that out as well.
And it was just a quick little thing that I did in response to the video. So once again, you guys are nitpicking at this. And once again, if it's boring to you, if my voice is boring to you, click off. There are other videos with people screaming and yelling and that get emotional doing their videos. There's a lot of videos on the web.
Okay, fine, but you're telling your audience to leave. If you want to get a mass audience, you gotta reel them in. If you don't want to be a popular commentator, then yes, you can tell your audience to go screw themselves, click the back button, and watch other stuff that won't bore them because your voice does not give them any reason for them to watch your content. Do you not see the connection here?
Kindly click off or type in something else in the search bar. So that's pretty much what I wanted to say. And no, I'm not butthurt. If I was a butthurt commentator, you would have seen different reactions to people commentating on my commentary on the Archfiend.
Fine, but if you're going to be cool and collected about this, the least you could do is listen to your advice. And right now, you seem to be ignoring a lot of it. So, yeah, advice. Take it. It's your job.
You would have seen me just lose it in the comments, and I'm not trying to cover any mistakes that I've done. I bluntly admitted to what I've done, and here, I'll even restate them.
First of all, no, that's you being disingenuous because you created some excuses for your mistakes and you accused them of nitpicking when we know full well that they were giving you criticism and you obviously felt that it should fly over your head or something. Second of all, making a summary at the end of a close to 14-minute video clearly is padding. You know what this means, folks?
Skip it.
I've gotten plenty of comments from people telling me that, yes, I have taken responsibility for what I've done. For example, with the Archfiend video, I got comments from a couple people congratulating me for not taking it down and telling me how mature I was being. It's not a real big deal, but you're saying that I'm butthurt, and I'm not.
Okay, at least that's something I will give to her. Yes, she did not remove the video. Yes, she resolved the issue on her own. But honestly, when she did accuse them of nitpicking, I could sense a little bit of anger there. Just a little bit. The next 17 seconds are pure restatement. Skip it one more time!
Anyway, yeah, that's, like I said, pretty much what I wanted to say here, so, I I will talk to you guys later. Bye.
And that's the way it is, Korshal.
Might stop to
I just want to make one more side note here. This is what your voice reminds me of. Yes, an endlessly playing loop of somber, quiet music which only works if you want your audience to fall directly to sleep. I don't hate you. It appears you are receptive to criticism and you are not too angry when confronted about your mistakes, so I will be a bit ginger about what I say here. When you do commentaries, make sure you know how to do them, what they are, and how to make your audience happy. If you continue to make videos in which you only have one single picture just sitting there for 14 minutes, stationary, doing nothing, while you speak in a monotonously calm manner, then people are not going to watch your video and interpret it as a waste of their time. Honestly, the audience is a fickle group of people. If you tell them to go to other videos and not listen to your stuff, then you inadvertently think the audience is the problem and not you. Given that you spend around 60 seconds outlining all of your major mistakes, it's pretty obvious who needs to make changes around here. Make your commentaries exciting, continue to listen to criticism, and most importantly, do not mislabel. And that's all I have to say. This is Youngblood Fantasy 91, and ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you on the brighter later.